Alright, welcome to a Dáil questioning session where we have a very large absence of a government. We have 5 people, TDs, showing up as government representatives. We have 3 for Labour and 2 for the Social Democrats. So it is even in both sides. However, just something to mention, the member here, Huey, cannot vote on any items of the agenda in the Dáil today, and cannot be considered representative of the government as a TD. This is actually apparently a message from True Donald himself. Quote here, Mr. Sunday has done amazing work, the best, and I was surprised at how amazing he has done honestly. I would like to mention putting RTE presenters into getting up onto the stage does not work, and it's just a waste of everyone's time. True Donald has apparently continued to say, anyone who is not supporting Fianna Fáil is frankly a disgrace. Which I'd say is a very large statement for someone who isn't even currently here. They were obviously a former Taoiseach though, and for anyone who wasn't here during his rule, he was the former leader of Fianna Fáil and previous Taoiseach. Oh, and True Donald himself has said he will be making a big return. So I'm sure some people will be celebrating, some will be upset maybe. I cannot say either for sure, but... Oh, notably, I forgot to mention this, Mr. Sunday isn't actually here tonight. Okay, I do want to say I will be calling up Brian at some point. I was planning on it, but currently I usually take the first 5-10 minutes just without anyone before it gets too chaotic. Oscar here saying that this came as no surprise, and it seems the opposition was right once again in debate. Apologies. He continues, it was no secret that the bill was a disgrace and was never meant to succeed in the first place, whether by a ruling or dying out. This is, I believe, in regards to the prison bill that recently got rejected by the Supreme Court, I'm pretty sure we call it. Again, I will be calling up people just right now. We will not be. I had a Minister of Foreign Affairs former Minister of Foreign Affairs, DM me saying that True Donald is not welcome back in the country. Oscar continues to say, a bill of theirs was declared unconstitutional by the highest court in the land, and no government rep wanted to take accountability for it when it happened. So his question is, and I will be quoting this part, how can the government pride itself over its legislative work when their work is unconstitutional? We have Taoiseach Bo responding here. Oh, never mind. We have a point of order raised by Huey. I didn't know Shanadori were allowed to respond to point of orders in the dual chamber, but I guess it's a representative role being a minister. He says, I didn't see a question in the time allotted to the deputy. Oh, I think that was just saying how he ran over his time. Oscar says that he asked the question before he was told to sit down, and says that the point of order was a waste of time. Now asks for the answer. Oh, I've had another member, an Irish citizen, but has held many previous roles in Ireland, had said to me, True Donald is a winner and is a very welcome back, and Oscar is crooked and a loser. Again, this is a quote from DMs. Do not take political bias from anything I've said here. So we've had two opposing arguments there. We had someone say, Minister for Foreign Affairs say, they didn't want True Donald back. However, another member saying they do. So currently, I would say this is very mixed. Bo has just is responding now, and Tanistor, acting as T-Shot, has said that I think basically that the leader of the opposition needs to stop being so dramatic, and that that whilst the bill was a failure, they are working on other bills. Apologies if that isn't word for word, I didn't catch it all. Oscar says a non-answer, but we expected nothing less from the Tanistor. Right, okay, I have a long list of people who actually want to come up. So, right, I'll bring Brian up just to hear what he has to say, and then I'll actually bring up proper party representatives. Hello, Brian, are you with us? I think the phone's still ringing. Hello, Brian? I'm not sure if the hospital has phones. This might be a bit useless. Brian, are you with us? Okay, whilst we wait, Oscar has said my party led by actions, not words this week, got 27 active members in game, a figure unheard of in recent times. Now to the question, in which he is typing out now. Again, Brian, are you with us? I think someone's cut the phone line. Hello? You know, he is quite old. I'm not sure if I'm using the wrong kind of phone for this stuff. Oscar asked, the government has shown its true colours on many occasions, that they make these baseless promises during the election with no eagerness to fulfil them. In the week left of the term... Oh. Hold on, I'm just finishing Oscar's question there. Are they still committed to reviving Monaghan, or are they saving it for the next election? And Tanistor now raising to answer. Brian, what is it you came up here to say? Oh, he's gone silent.
Look, I came up here to talk about what we've been seeing is the wicked, corrupt, nation, and you can see it there uniting around the return of Donald. He's a great guy, and you're gonna see all the bad actors come out and get exposed. All the people that tried to bring him down, those people like Crooked Oscar,
Sorry, can I
interfering.
just interrupt here? Any views expressed by members of the general public are not expressed by RTE, and you should base your opinions on your own research and claims. Anyway, please do continue.
Look, I've done a lot of research. They're not gonna tell you, but there's a lot of rigging, and look, they've told me to keep my mouth shut. I saw the documents. I've got some documents, and they're going to be released very soon. I think it might breach the Official Secrets Act, but I think it's important that the people find out about the rigging.
How
The
soon is
large
soon?
scale. Well, within the next 5 to 10 minutes, it's gonna be brilliant.
Oh, okay. Well,
And you can find out.
I'd love to see these documents. I'm not sure if we can verify their existence, but if they do exist,
Look at
then I'd love to see them.
they're signed. They're signed by Lucas, political prosecutor Fitzroy, and Victoria. My bosses told me to do it, Clark or something like that.
So you wrote the
They're
signatures.
very valid. No, I did not write the signatures. That's fake.
So why would they comprise a
They're
document?
signed.
Hold on, I would like to ask, why would they
Look, they're
compromise a
signed.
document proving all
You
of
sound
their...
crazy. You sound crazy.
No, I am
How are you
genuinely just
doing this?
asking. I am genuinely just asking a question.
You're the chairman of the crooked Social Democrats. Why are you here?
I try not to let
You're
that interrupt my
crooked.
broadcast, and if it does, people can report their concerns to RTE, and I'll get fired. I mean,
Look, what she did to Drew Donald, what Oscar did to Drew Donald is truly wicked. He tried to put him down from day one. That's what I'm heard. And, people like Niam,
I would like to
they built
ask,
their
why aren't
careers
you in
around.
opposition of True Donald yourself?
I was never in opposition. We had great conversations and we had a great friendship.
Oh, I never knew that. Oh,
I'm willing to show you the screenshots. We had great conversations. We agreed a lot.
Oscar's just raised a point of order saying that Tanishler is misleading the chamber.
I don't
That
care
he
what
does not
Oscar does.
pre-type
He's
and paste
corrupt.
his questions. Again, I would
How,
like to
how
ask
did
that you
how
don't
did he
interrupt
get
me.
elected? Where was the leadership election?
I mean, we do actually have
What did he
Leah.
do to rig it?
We have Leah here.
Look,
I'm pretty
what
sure
did he
if
do to rig it?
I would like to just say I'm pretty sure this was confirmed by your own chairman, who said that only one person stood
Nobody
up
confirmed
for
anything.
election. But
No, I think nobody confirmed it.
Emperor announced the results of the
Brian,
election.
Look, nobody heard this.
let me tell you.
It's lies.
Okay, can I
How
hear what Leah has to say, please?
Hello,
I,
Leah. Hello, Leah.
Brian, Irish people
What?
shut up. Disappointed. Mr. Brian, okay?
What?
We don't want to hear about you anymore. Okay? Your time is up, okay? So, Brian, let me tell you something, okay?
Look,
My mother, she was a prominent, and let me tell you something. She worked very, very hard in the union. And
So
Brian,
could you get closer to your mic? I think you keep cutting out. Very quiet.
look, she's mumbling because she isn't making
Brian,
sense.
please.
She's
I do
senile.
want to hear what she has to say.
I have never mind allowed to yell at the girl.
Senile.
Brian,
Look at our internet connection.
Okay,
your internet is much worse than mine. A lot of people say I have the best internet ever. We don't know. We're looking. Anyway, listen, folks. We know what Brian delivered. He delivered nothing in opposition. He delivered a stuck-up government to True Donald. He delivered failure after failure. The Irish people don't care about what True Donald has to say. Let me tell you that they don't care. Your time here is up. Go back to your hole. Sorry, that was quite rude. I apologize. You aren't welcome here. And let me tell you, we don't want True Donald back. Donald led the most pro anti-worker government in almost 500 years of Ireland. Okay, let's just recognize that for a minute. True Donald isn't welcome back here. We don't want him here. He led a disaster government. It was okay in the first term. It fell off. It was so clear that there was so many back deals and coalition talks going on without the input of the Irish. Social Democrats are going to be in government next term in a week. So let me tell you this. we're going to lead a government that's ready to represent the Irish people and ready to lead the Irish people in a way that includes them, not rejecting them and representing their voice. So, what that means for you, Brian, your accusations of this mental asylum that you're in, it's a disgrace. Hugh Donald wasn't a good man. We know that. He was an interesting person. I'll recognize that, and I had a lot of respect for him. But his government collapsed. Let's recognize that. We don't want him back here because that would then continue that failed government. We don't want that. Mr. Sunday, he's failed in government too. So has the Green Party, so has Fianna Fáil. That's clear, right? Nothing that True Donald can do, bringing his failed politics back into this group, it's not going to help Mr. Sunday. They're in a bad place right now. What they need to do is they need to stand up, they need to lead, because the Social Democrats, we don't want the power. We plan to govern, okay?
Right, just to pause you there, I need to first mention, if you want to come up, you actually need to have some kind of reason to come up, so I will not be inviting Attack up until I actually get a good reason as to why he should come up. Continuing on, I would like to quickly ask if any government representatives are watching this, I would like you to ask you to come up, because we do need to hear both sides of the story here. And I'm also going to say, I'm trying to think, any views that have been presented on RTE doesn't necessarily mean they are supported by RTE. Again, form your own opinions, do your own research.
A little bit of a scene going on here.
I would like to ask that Simon stops spamming General trying to get me to get Attack on. This isn't your platform to get your own members on to spout off whatever they want to. I'm trying to get a good debate here. Anyway, Brian, I want to hear what you have to say about what Lee has just said.
Look, Lying Leah, she's called Lying Leah. She backed Niam, a lot. And look what Niam did. She ruined the country. She ran off to the Mediterranean with a lot of government money, and she's getting a Turkish teeth job or something right now.
Can I just clarify?
She left Ireland in such a state.
You Clark leadership race and was
Lying Leah. They call you Lying Leah. You're corrupt. Nobody trusts you. Look, you supported the greatest witch hunt in our nation's history. You're corrupt. You know, and we're gonna fight. I'm gonna win bigly. And Joe Donald strikes fear in your heart because he's guided by the three principles of Ireland: family, consent, and values of God. You know, the bullets dodged him. He missed the bullets. You know, because he was elected Taoiseach by the grace of God, and he governed true Christian conservative values, and that's what you hate. That's what you hate a lot, Lying Leah. That's what you hate.
You know what else I hate? Is the same old talking points that we see from Fianna Fáil. They're trying to cling on to Donald and his administration.
Look, you try to cling on to the...
Let me tell you that it's over. The people of Ireland want
Oscar elected. Tell me how many people were silenced. How many people?
Excuse me.
How many people?
Hold on.
How many people?
I would like to pause very quickly. I don't know where this slots in, but I think it does. Neve is now a Russian ambassador to Europe. I'm not sure what you said there, Brian, but I just want to mention that.
Yeah, no, I'd like to comment on that. I think it's quite...
Who's the ambassador of where? Who?
Apparently Neve is the ambassador of Russia.
Who's Neve?
Right, just a moment. I would like to ask that Brian finishes up what he's saying, because we do actually have a Labour representative wanting to come up, and I would rather have party.
I think Labour and the Social Democrats are two sides of the same coin, and I know I'm going to get a lot of people
just
work very closely with Mr. Sunday to get my voters out, to get my voter base out. You know, we're tremendously big. I think we've got 15
Leah, I do want to hear what he says.
Can go towards Fianna Fáil. 20 to 15 votes that I can get for him. And we're going to do everything we can, to make sure he's re-elected, because he's a strong guy. And we don't want people like lying Leah back in government, because look what Niam did. That's, we're having to clean up the mess, and we're going to clean it up, and we're going to drain the swamp. And, we're ready to
You're
do
in
that.
government right now.
Leah,
Look,
I'm
we're
just going
ready
to
to clean
quickly
the
mute you
swamp.
to hear what Brian says.
And we're gonna get a lot of votes. I'm gonna get him a few dozen votes for free. Because I believe that he's a great guy and he's a hard worker for this country, and that's the reason people like Langley are on the other side of the benches. Because, they're not patriots, they're opportunists. And look, the patriots always win. Look in real life, the patriots always win. And look,
Right, okay, please wrap up what you're saying here.
Look, we're gonna make Ireland great again, and we're gonna do it in a great fashion, and I don't think you should listen to Labour or the Saudi Democrats. Thank you.
Right, that was Brian O'Kearney. Thank you for having you on. I would like to remind everyone, RTE should not be used as a platform to spread your own political biases or beliefs, but really to defend them or have debates about them. Anyway, I do actually have a Labour representative, but before I do bring them up, I just want to hear for Leah's final response to that.
Okay. So basically, I don't know why we're even letting him up here at this point. He's a failed politician. He talks about draining the swamp and cleaning the mess. He's cleaning the mess that Fianna Fáil and the Green Party have made. So this idea that we're going to drain the swamp, we're going to stab this, we're going to clean the mess, the only mess that was created is their own mess. Let me tell you that. That's that. The mess that was created is their own mess. The swamp that there is, it's their own swamp. They live in the swamp, And this idea of reform and change, they've been in government for the past 2 months. Okay? Let's just think about that for a minute. They have no responsibility other than their responsibility to the Irish people, deliver on the promises they made in their programme. Very, very few have been delivered. And the Green Party, Fianna Fáil, they are the mess, right? That's the mess that they're talking about cleaning up. So they could have had this opportunity during the term. To Brian, I hope that you're okay. I'm not really too sure what's going on with you, but I do hope that you get well soon. You're a failed politician. You don't have any voter base like you're talking about. You're not going to get Fianna Fáil 15 votes because, frankly, people are tired of you. And that's the truth.
Alright, thank you, Leah there. That is final statements regarding this whole True Donald thing, hopefully. Actually, considering we can actually get Labour up here, I do want to ask what they think of True Donald joining back. So, William, representative for Labour, what do you think? What does the party think about, or what do you think about True Donald returning to Ireland?
Thank you, Dan. I actually wasn't here when he was around, so I can't really comment on that. I was last here in 2023, and I only recently returned, so I'm not really sure if I can comment on that specifically. I just wanted to say here before, Brian, I think he's the best representative of like the conservative rump of this community. Just the archaeology of his ideology and his opinions is one of the most ridiculous things I ever heard. He has such reactionary views, and I thought it was even funnier, Dan, that you muted Leia when Brian has been the one interrupting her constantly. So that's the only thing I wanted to bring up, really, in terms of what happened here. Currently, we're...
So I did take the decision to mute both of them at various points. I wasn't trying to show bias towards any of them, just... I think interruptions in debates are healthy, but I also wanted to keep order as well. So anyway, do continue.
Sure, but just the talking points that he had was just personal, like anecdotal, personal attacks. He doesn't really have any policies or anything to actually bring to the table, as far as I can, like decipher from his intellectual sterility, is that he wants to go backwards. He wants to go forward while going backwards. It doesn't really work. They have regressive policies. They are a reactionary party, and they're just ultra conservative. I don't know how he thinks that the Fianna Fáil and the Green Party are for the future. It's just not going to happen on that side. They have no constructive policies.
Sorry, I just need to interrupt you there very quickly. I apologise. We've just had a member of the Dáil ejected, I believe, from Fianna Fáil. And the Taoiseach has now raised a point of order, whilst the entire government bench actually joined in solidarity to raise a point of order. William, please do wrap up, as I would like to bring up Bo and hear what she has to say.
Oh, I do want to hear as well, so, you should probably bring up.
Yeah.
I can end here. Yeah.
Right, Bo,
Hello?
are you with us? Hello, I think you're
Yeah.
with us. Okay, so let's just get this right off. Why did the entire benches raise in a point of order?
I didn't actually mean to. I accidentally pressed the jump button, but I don't know what my TDs wanted to raise a point of order for. I haven't spoken to them.
Oh,
I just came on.
I thought you said point of order.
No, that was
okay.
friend behind me.
Oh, right, I see. You know what? We have had actually quite a lot of criticism towards the government today. Do you have anything notable to say about what Lee has been saying?
Well, I honestly don't know what Leah was saying. I was in a group chat call talking to my TDs, but I think the leader of the opposition was talking about me being, the only person on the government bench on the front bench. Sorry, and I said I was like a one-man army. I'm not afraid of him and his TDs. He's a very man, and I'm not afraid to answer his questions. I think his questions were quite good. I did praise his rally, so I don't see how that. But I did also say that my TDs were committed to the community as well, like the Social Democrats. But my TDs haven't been shooting anyone for political reasons when they entered a cafe, and he has. It's a shame, really.
I mean, before I go to Lee about that, I want to ask quickly, what do you have to say about the claims? Well, as it's been made aware very recently, the Social Democrats were able to get quite a few people on during one of their rallies. But he argues that Fianna Fáil, the government in its entirety, hasn't been able to. What do you have to say about this as Taoiseach?
Well, I think if you need to look at the party members, the Social Democrats I'm pretty sure every party has more members than the Green Party. So we have roughly under.
Oh, no, I mean like active people in the game. Sorry, I phrased that poorly.
My TDs are active. Most members of my party are quite active.
Just active in general, because we've got 27 people in game.
Well, they hosted a party rally, and I did say it was a nice rally. It was really good, but they were only there for the rally. I don't really see Leah on the game as much unless there's an event. But it differs from my.
All right.
Well, if you could let me speak, Leah, and then you can defend yourself. My TDs like Kate May or Catherine, me, and Angelica have been joining. We've been having lovely little road trips, having lovely little views, but I don't see many of the Social Democrats there, which is a shame.
Right, Leah, I would like to hear your responses on some of the things Bo has just said.
Well, I can respect an honest politician, and I can respect that her praise for the rally was genuine. I like it to see that. Definitely, I agree that we do need more in-game activity. I wasn't at the rally, but I don't have any excuse for that. I just didn't want to go. I think I have a lot of respect for people on the government bench. I think that respect needs to be mutual. I hope it is. Definitely, from an activity standpoint, we do need an improvement. I think that it's a kind of a topic that can be spread across party lines, improving activity. So we just need a way to do it, and we need a united way. So I think that we need to stop making a politicized issue, and we just need to come together as a united force and push the events, the initiatives, the legislation to get our games active again.
So,
Also,
hold
do
on.
you have anything to say to that? Yeah, of course.
So, you know, your leader's very vocal about how he's always on the game, and you know he's very, but you know it's about how we actually behave on the game. I mean, would you like it if someone, you know, you just randomly walked up to this new cafe that has been developed, and before you can even like enter the doors, you get shot with a gun? Would you like that, Leah?
I would like to
Wow.
quickly. I do think it's my duty just to point out. Whilst I was there at the rally, I'm pretty sure he opened fire on a member who had, I believe it was thrown a firebomb, or they had a gun themselves. I could be entirely wrong. Don't quote me on this,
No,
but
this wasn't. I was an innocent civilian. I didn't have any weapons. I don't buy weapons
oh,
on
he
there.
shot you.
I was shot when me and my TDs were walking into his cafe, and you know I have huge respect for, you know, people gaining activity, but you know when the cafe was brought up, he did choose a very dramatic action, and you know I haven't heard an apology from him yet. So
Well, I don't think activity and actual participation should be discouraged. I think it was a very good thing. I think it should shoot at you more. Maybe you'll behave better.
Oh
well,
no.
this wasn't
Oh.
a rally. It was just, you know, they opened this cafe, but you know you're supporting, you know,
Oh, you mean
crime.
the
And
opening of the cafe? I'm so sorry. I didn't realise that was what you were on
it's not.
about.
I don't want to attend his political rallies. No offense. I don't agree with him. The only thing I can agree with him on is, you know, activity. But I think that's about it.
But yeah, you said I was supporting crime, and I'll say this. I think crime is the only thing that makes the game active. I mean, police patrolling around, idling around is not going to make the game active. They're going to be bored and they're going to leave. That's just how it works. There has to be crime, so I don't know why you're so upset that people are engaging and actually doing stuff. I think that should just be outlined. Your party, alongside your coalition partner, always preaches about how the game needs to be active. Everyone needs to throw their hat in the ring. All the TDs are going to have activity quotas, and we're going to monitor you to make sure that you play the game. But now you're complaining that someone is playing the game and committing crime. I don't really get the parallel personalities that you have currently.
You know, what he did was not enjoyable for many people. I personally did not like it. I just came there to know, just to experience it with my TDs. I don't see why he had to go and shoot me. You know, I think that's quite deviant, you know. It's a shame, really, that he chose to do that when other forms of engagement, you know, we could have had a lovely little date at the cafe, but no, he chose to take a more violent route. And I think it's a little bit more troubled, you know, if he wants to do that to his political opponents or the government.
Well, it is just a game, so I think you'll be
I
fine.
need to quickly say something here. I think Kamla in chat has raised a good point there. There is currently a Shanadori who is a minister who does get to sit in one of these seats next to the government benches, but I am not sure if he's actually meant to be asking questions or anything. I'm not sure if Eamon could put a response in chat or anything. I know he's very busy, but
Right, kick me out.
anyway,
No. I had another thing for the
Oh yeah,
for you.
please do go on. I want to ask something right after that, but
Well, I just wanted to say so you mentioned being a one-man army before, but I mean, the government has 15 deputies in total, and I can see 6 currently attending. Are you sure it's a ghost army, not a one-man army?
Ooh.
Because I mean, you're
The reference was I was the only person sat on the front bench, so I said it was a one-man army, a bit like Joan of Arc. You know, she was, you know, if you know what I mean, she was betrayed by the French, then she was, burnt at the stake.
All right.
That was the reference. Maybe if you didn't get the reference, but yeah, my TDs. I'm very happy to have two of my great TDs. After last week, we've changed. Our behaviour. We're behaving a lot more, and hopefully, we can, have good behaviour for the remainder of the term.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I want to quickly ask all parties the same question here. I don't mind who answers first. Are you going to be making any efforts to make crime more organised, I suppose? Like how Jesse tried to do last term when I believe they tried to implement... I can't remember what it was called, but it was to support crime and everything. Do any of the parties have any say on this? Or will they be doing
I
anything
do.
like that?
I do.
Okay, so
The
we'll start with Liam.
Social Democrats are going to make crime illegal again. That simple. Crime will be illegal again under a social democratic government. Simple as, right? Here's what we're going to do. There will be more organised crime because it does benefit activity. I agree with William on this, that we need that engagement. We need that time so our Gardaí can be active. It's the circle of life of activity. The way that this works, you need to have organised crime. You need to have a good business sector as well. You also need to have a little bit of crime. You can get your Gardaí going, get an activity. I would like to see. I agree personally with the Unrunner bill. It was really constitutional, but I think a more toned down version of that, in line with the constitution, I think that would be definitely a good step towards a more organised crime system, even if it was run by group staff, something like that. I think that would be really beneficial to in-game activity. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, so William or Bo, do you have anything to say about... Again, the original question was, will any of the parties be supporting crime in Ireland?
I can't really comment on behalf of my party, but I personally believe that crime is a very important part of our activity. I mean, we're not going to survive without it. So, I mean, I would make sure that there is a penalty, but it is not that much of a penalty that it completely incapacitates them from playing the game. They have to be able to participate and engage, and that's the priority. I think if there's a penalty, that could be perhaps a short jail time at least. That would be preferable to me, at least.
Bo?
Well, I'm okay. I believe that, some crime may be good, but I don't actually like in games where you start, killing people. I just don't like having a gun on a Roblox game. I find it a bit, weird. But I think we also have to look at alternatives other than just the crime aspect, I like to go to the restaurants. I like to drive around, but I think driving is also a key aspect of the game. It's a lot harder to drive on this game, what I've realised. But once you get the swing of it, you're a pro, and you could actually commit more crime by using the cars and the driving aspect, which would make people get away with more crime, but I think it would make it more easier for people to commit crime if they have an option to, drive away. But I haven't really discovered what my favourite thing about the experience is, other than, attending restaurants. Actually, hold on. I do like going on the Ferris wheel when it was there.
Right, I think this is getting very off topic. I do actually have one of your ministers who've said that they're allowed to come up and talk about one of their bills.
Minister, I don't
Not
have
minister, deputy, one of the two.
Is it Monkey MOA?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, I will have to put you down to the audience for now, so it was lovely having you. If you do want to come up again, just raise your hand. Anyway, Monkey MO8. I think that's how you pronounce it. At least it's how she did. Hello, are you with us?
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. I understand you're here to talk about your bill.
That is correct, because I have seemed to face a lot of criticism because of it. But I would like to just highlight that the whole point of it is to actually protect us. And people have been saying that it's already a thing. If it was already a thing, I wouldn't have been able to submit the bill. It would have got declined. And really, I'd just like to clear up some criticism and some questions that are really about it. Yeah, and it was also written within the help of Bo, obviously an experienced person, and obviously me being not new to the Parliament community, but a little bit less experienced. It was really more about, I'm going a bit off topic here, but you know, it was like, what am I trying to say? It was supported essentially by my party.
Okay, so I would like to ask: is this the bill that was originally uploaded to general chat, and it was only a few lines?
I believe so, yes.
Um.
Because it only really needed, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I think I would like to raise an issue that myself and other people have had with it. The bill kind of already exists. The things that are stated there already do exist. So why are we writing a new bill that does the exact same thing as other bills?
It's really just to clear up the issue, because the issue is still happening, even though it should and does still exist. Really,
The
it needs to
issue.
be updated,
What is the issue
refreshed.
again?
And so members of, I'm just going to call it, I know you don't like it being called this, but members of Parliament, because that's what I'm used to calling it, essentially are at risk of abuse of tools. So really, we want to clear it up that members of Parliament are not allowed to be attacked by a police officer or a significant member of emergency services, not allowed to be arrested unless they have a warrant, and any other things that would cause abuse to us as members of Parliament.
Right. I would like to get just another question here. I'm trying to think of it now. That was. No. I was just going to notify you. We call our members of Parliament per se TDs. So if you can just remember that TDs.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do actually have Leah asking a question right now. While she does that, I would like to ask William. Do you have any thoughts on the bill that Monkey MO8 has proposed? Do you know if the Shannon or Labour will be accepting it?
Well, I don't think the bill is very correctly formatted. I mean, this act proposes, that's not how bills are written. You have to put in an enacting section. So that means it would be like any law enforcement is unable to use their weapon on a public servant unless they have committed a crime. Also, what? Is that not already the case? Are like members or deputies, are they being arrested and seized without being suspected of a crime or having a warrant for arrest? Like, what is I don't really understand the point of the bill now reading it. If you could clarify
the
that,
reason why I
Monkey.
created the bill is really because when me and people in my party, for example, Bo, Catherine, were being attacked by police officers, and it was just getting out of hand because they really do not understand the bill. So my attempt of creating this bill is just to remind the police officers, refresh the bill, and just clear up any grey areas. And also for your other question, it was written in assistance and reviewed by, I don't know what their role is, but TD.
Oh,
So
well, I think
should
you
it have
should
not been
consult
formatted
the
by
more
TD,
people.
should have told me.
you should consult more people. And I also think that this is already the case for everyone, every citizen. It doesn't need to be a special case for deputies. We're not above everyone else. We're just regular citizens. So I don't really think that this is not even required, nor does it actually have any effect because it is already the case. So I don't really understand the point of that.
I
That law.
understood that one. As I said, it's just a refresher for everyone, just to understand what actually exists.
Oh,
Sure,
so you're,
but
arguing that this bill
if you
doesn't
need a
actually-
reminder,
So you
sorry,
are
he
arguing-
just
no, it's
actually
okay.
corroborated. He corroborated what I said. It's just a reminder. It doesn't actually have any effect. It's pretty useless. I mean, if you're in government, which you are, you would be able to just put that reminder to the police or to public servants instead of having a useless thing to put in the statute book that doesn't have any effect.
These are all questions for my party leader, to be honest, because they were a co-editor.
Did you
of it,
propose
should I
this in
say.
conjunction with the party leader, or did you do this on your own?
They were in assistance.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I do actually have a question directed towards William, but actually I
Oh.
would hold on. I would like to quickly bring up Bo because never mind. She hasn't. She's lowered her hand now. And apparently you're the one needed to respond to. Okay, to defend the criticism of this bill. As I
Right, hello,
understand.
can you hear me?
Hello, yes, we can hear you. I've brought you up because Monkey MO8 has said that these questions from William were directed more towards you. Do you have any answers to them?
Well, okay. Can you repeat the question? Sorry, I couldn't. I
Well,
didn't
it
hear what
wasn't
you.
really a. Well, it was a question. Why should we put an ineffective law, which was just corroborated actually, that it should be like a reminder? It doesn't actually have any effect. So what is the point of the law?
Well, the bill actually entails that due to political opposition, any political opponent may accuse any public servant of committing a crime, and just to reassure that there is safeguards and protection for that member. It actually states in the third section that the president, any member of the Oireachtas, any member of the civil service, or any member of the Supreme Court is protected from political opposition that has damaged and misled any law enforcement of any wrongdoing. You know, it is probably one of the biggest issues with abuse of a law enforcement officer, as it could damage the reputation of any public servant.
I see, but it still doesn't have any effect, which you're. Oh, hold on. Let me just poise this point of order.
Hold on, I just want to. Okay. Okay, I do actually have a question directed towards William, so I would like to ask him to answer it after.
Well,
he
give
is
me
done
just a
with his-
second here.
Yeah, after your point of order is done.
What was the order? I didn't know what the question was. I just heard it was about the UK. So.
Oh, I can repeat the question for you because I asked it.
Oh.
I was asking about the new government in the UK because there's going to be maybe a new one. There's just an election ongoing right now. I was just asking about the continuation of relationships and the future of the North of Ireland.
Well, I haven't looked at any of the UK manifestos really, but I don't think in any of their manifestos it was there. But it'll probably be dealt with by group staff. But
yeah, no, I got that response. But I won't lie.
It'll be interesting, you know. Maybe, and I did hear it's going to be quite a sturdy election.
Right, I'm going to, William. We have a question from Brian here.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
just quickly.
Oh, here we go. The conservative rump. Bring on.
I would actually say I think this is a very well constructed question that could maybe not well constructed, but it does have a valid point in it, I'd say. I quote, "Can I ask William about why his party is a failure and has withdrawn from every coalition it has been in, and ask him, does he even know who his leader is?" I would say it's the right
Well,
question to ask, but just not the right way.
Well, first off, I wasn't here for previous coalitions, so I'm not really sure if I can comment on that, on how it currently exists. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to say on that point.
Wait, can I
I believe that Mrs. What's her name again? Dragon Does Pizza. I'm not sure what her name is in this community. You know, there's different RP names, but that's who I believe is the leader currently. Who I've known multiple different communities. So yeah,
Do you know their
is that an
district
answer to your
name?
question?
Wait, hold on.
Astron, I believe, but it's Dragon Does Pizza is their in-game name.
The leader of your party.
What party is
Yes.
you about? Sorry, are you Labour?
Yeah.
Your leader's Chris Cream.
Not according to the Labour Discord.
No,
Cream.
your leader is, Chris, because he was in a coalition with the Green Party.
Yeah, I do need to say he is the current leader of
Cream.
Labour. I think those are outdated.
The deputy leaders.
Oh, that's outdated. Okay.
Yeah, but can I just say something?
Well, she was the one who invited me and everything, so I just assumed.
Oh, okay.
I was the only minister that wasn't a Labour that moved over to the other bench. So I had to answer the remainder of T-shirt questions when I was already predicted to do it. But Chris decided to turn up, answer a few questions. Then started attacking the coalition, and then he told his TDs to jump up and leave to the other bench. And
It's like Mr. Sunday has his hand up. I just seen a photo of that representation.
Oh, I didn't see that. Thank you.
so it was
I was just looking at the chamber there.
It was very unique. It felt very lonely, very lonely.
Right, Mr. Sunday. Hold on. Just before I do say anything, I would like to remind everyone who's watching at home. You can obviously ask any questions. Just DM me if you want to be anonymous or not. Please make sure to mention that. I'm going to quickly move Kate May O'Donnell down because I don't believe she has anything else to say. I would like to ask Mr. Sunday about the government bill that was. What is this on my screen? Someone just sprayed me with water. Okay. Mr. Sunday, your government has currently been criticised for the bill that was proposed by Kate May O'Donnell, I think her name is. The one.
Okay,
that
hang on.
was
I need to
protecting-
respond to this little silly question here, okay?
Oh, okay. Of
Oh,
course.
silly question. Belt the public service here, yeah.
Sorry, you don't even know who your party leader is. So, maybe you should be reading who your party leadership is before asking questions.
Well, that's not really relevant. How is that even relevant?
Pretty sure my TDs know who the
Well, your TD swapped. Oh, how many have you swapped out now? I mean, last meeting was a total catastrophe because of your TDs. So I don't think you should be talking about compositions in the Dáil. Thank you very much.
Well, my TDs know who the leader is. They know the structure. You don't even know who your own party leader or your deputy.
Well, you do have classrooms for in order to replace all of them constantly because they just mess around and get removed after one day. So I'm not really sure.
That is actually misleading.
Oh, too bad.
It's a shame really that you're making lies.
Apologies. What was the lie?
I do not replace my TDs every.
The lie was that the leader of the Green Party has
Not a lie.
affair, which is not the case.
It's not a lie. The TDs are still there. I think you really need to calm down.
Sure, but they were replaced.
I will quickly bring up the Oyactus spreadsheet just to
None
see.
of replaced after one session. You are factually wrong. One of my TDs had to resign as the Minister of Foreign Affairs due to a lengthy absence, and he will be returning. But I had to fill the seat, and that was weeks ago.
I'm not going to say no parties aren't guilty of having lots of former members of the Dáil, but I think there's a very large majority of Green Party Dáil members that have been removed.
Well, okay, so William, my question to you is: would you like someone like Giggum to still remain as a Green Party TD then? Because when I took the decision.
Sorry, I don't know your TDs by name.
Well,
Very sorry. They're not that. They don't do a lot, so I can't really. Well, except for to create a bunch of chaos. Maybe that should be noted.
If you didn't represent the party that you're apparently a part of, but you never know because you don't even know who the leader is. But I know Leah, because Giggum was an oppressor of media, and one of my first actions as party leader was to remove him as a TD, as we don't condone that behaviour. He was very inactive. But he was also very critical. He wanted to oppress the media, and I didn't agree with the strike, but I did agree that what he did was wrong, and I did not.
Well, thank you for that pat on your own shoulder. I'm sure that will go all the way home for you, but not relevant whatsoever. You still have TDs that are messing about. I mean, not now apparently because you replaced them all. I mean, there's not a. You have 5 people currently in the Dáil right now. Can we take note of that? 5 people. You have 15 TDs in total. Your coalition, and you have 5 people here.
Hold on.
Where are you? Where are you?
Okay, why don't you name the TDs that I've replaced after their poor behaviour?
Sorry, I don't know your TDs by name. I'm not your party leader. I mean, I could become that if you want me to.
You're literally lying. You don't even know who your own party leader is. So I don't know how people can trust what you're saying.
But you see, you only go back to that point because I'm new to this community and I'm new to the party and I'm new to the Dáil. I was in this community 2 years ago. Okay, I was in this community 2 years ago, and I was on a hiatus. I've been on a hiatus since.
I need to just quickly stop everything there. Can we just keep this more orderly? I would like to hear what the
Well, Green Party is unable to do that, so.
I would like to hear the response to the fact that you do only have 5 TDs in attendance today.
Well, my TDs are busy. They have lives as well. I respect their lives. One of my TDs is sick. One of my TDs has put in an absence. Unlike the man opposite me, I know who the party leader is because it's myself. But I know that what he's saying is he's actually lying because I have not replaced any of my TDs ever throughout my time as leader after one session. That is factually wrong. I
don't think anyone claimed that, but
you literally you claimed that. I'm sorry, you did.
I did say that you removed them after a session, yes.
Which is not true. None of my TDs have been removed for their poor behaviour apart from Giggum, but that was due to...
So you just said it was true.
No.
You just corroborated what I said. I mean, what is the point of this discussion? I don't really understand. First you refute it, and now you just corroborated what I said.
You wouldn't want an oppressor of media to remain as a TD. You would actually want him to remain as my TD.
No, but you want like a one-act circus act with a bunch of clowns instead in the Dáil instead.
Lying, I think everyone should be supporting my decision as removing him from removing him as a TD. But this is the man who doesn't even know who his own party leader is. Everyone else here knows who their party leader is. But, this man doesn't, and he's actually representing a party, and he's actually misleading the narrative, which is really damaging if he wants to,
I mean, I don't think you guys can go any lower, so I don't think it is damaging at all. If it was a lie, but I don't think it was.
Again, I would like to quickly pause there. So I would like to pause there. It has reached 9 o'clock, so technically the Dáil will have to end now.
Shame.
I'm not too sure what's going to happen with this. We didn't even get past...
half of it was taken... half of it was just the government making points of orders and complaining, so...
My TD could not speak because of this Labour guy, asking his irrelevant questions.
I spoke once.
And she could have asked a very impactful question, but, you chose to, take too long.
I think your TDs are more famous for running around on the floor, standing on the benches while others are talking and just creating a ruckus.
Sorry,
I
can
mean,
you
that's what your party is known for, I should say.
name
So.
my TDs that have done that?
No, they just come and go, like the saloon doors. So I'm not really sure how I would remember the names.
I do want to quickly fact check this. This did happen last week. There were two members who I'm pretty sure were the Green Party who were running around the door. So I just need to make sure that's made clear.
And we had the Green Party leader here. I don't know, it was like in a period of mourning after that, or what happened after that? Did you remove them, or did you award them? What was forgiven? Were they pardoned?
I think this guy's getting a bit clouded by his judgment because that was a group staff matter, and I would ask that he stops referring to it. It was a very sad incident, but we must move on. Group staff dealt with the situation, and I think that was really irrelevant. What he was talking about was me removing my TDs. My TDs are very unique. Kate May is one of my TDs. And what I say to Kate May is she accepted that she went wrong last week. And I said, Kate May, what are you going to do differently? And she said, well, I will be abiding by the rules and showing good conduct. And I accepted that. I didn't remove her after one session because, I'm not like that, which this Labour guy's been repeating for God knows how long, 5 minutes. But on the topic of who I've removed, my TDs that I've removed are either for long-term absences, inactiveness, or a transfership to the Shenard. So I don't really see what's wrong with
you did just say before that you removed someone because they didn't put stuff that you wanted in the media. So
he was an oppressor of media, and I did not appoint him as a TD. I removed him as a TD after my former party leader. I know she regrets it. I think we all regret that government, hired him. But Labour was a part of that government, and Chris didn't have any objections to him becoming the minister or a TD for the Green Party. So I would like to hear the Labour stance on Giggum.
Well, I wasn't here for that, but keep pulling the history book on me. Keep throwing the history book at me. That totally works. From your murky place in Irish politics, I don't think you should be here lecturing others on competent governments and party leadership.
I know who the party leader is. You don't. You've just said that on national TV. That you're
so it's been changing a lot in the party. So I assumed. Whoa, I'm not Dodgy Dave. It's very rude.
What I say to Dodgy Dave is, does he actually mean what he says?
Who are we calling Dodgy Dave? I don't think he's throwing insults around.
No one here is even named Dave.
Dodgy Dave is that guy.
You're a broken record. That's all I want to say, and I think you should. Take a Valium. I think that's good medicament. Maybe. Diazepam is the same thing. Maybe paracetamol as well. Maybe that will help out.
Sorry.
We are getting a motion raised by the leader of the opposition. I just want to mention, Dáil has not concluded. They are allowed to go to 9:15 p.m.
Oh, is it motion time?
He says, in consideration of the government's shameful behaviour tonight, the opposition is united in the fact that they should not maintain the pleasure of approval from the Irish people.
Oh, bless them.
That is why we are submitting again a motion to censor the government and their behaviour. Again, this is a very big issue. We've got 5 members of the government with 7 members of the opposition. The opposition is in almost full attendance. 8 would be full. But I assume this is the part where now... Okay, the Taoiseach is now answering to the censor, so I think this is very important to talk about. Whilst we do wait for Mr. Sunday to finish speaking, Leah, what do you have anything on behalf of the Social Democrats to say about, this motion to censor the government? Leah? Okay, I believe she's currently not with us. William, is there anything you would say on behalf of Labour considering this motion to censor the government?
On the censorship motion, not really, or censure motion. I think it should. Well, I've only seen the conduct of the government in my time here. I mean, I wasn't here before when this constellation of government was actually formed, and the more early days of it. I've only been here since I think it was mid-February, or a bit earlier than that. So I haven't seen it all. But from what I've seen, I mean, they've been messing around in here. They don't really have respect towards criticism from the opposition. I mean, it seems like they take it as a personal attack every single time when it's our job to provide scrutiny and criticism. So I don't think they're a very serious or competent government in general.
So I assume you will be agreeing with the motion to censor then?
Yes, I will.
We have almost a majority from the opposition benches already with yes. We have 1, 2...
I don't see Fine Gael here, you know. Are they actually in support of this?
I mean, I am going to try ask on RTE from now on that we do stop criticising parties or individuals who currently can't defend themselves.
I'm not insulting them. I'm just saying we don't know their stance. So the whole opposition is not really, you know, reflective of that.
Yeah, I will say the if you do just look at the Dáil spreadsheet, you can see that the Fine Gael party haven't turned up much. I do have to say Vavasay has a few did attend with reasons, so I guess he does have a reason to not attend, and we should respect that. But it is important to mention that Fine Gael has very often not been here, which I think is a valid point to raise.
I would love to hear what Mantis Zero has to say about this. You know, he's a very
I believe they are one of your TDs, correct?
Yeah, you know, he's a great man, and I would
one
love...
of the emergency TDs for the vote. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, he's a very experienced man. You know, he is one of the reasons why
he banned 900 people from our community. Yeah, really experienced.
I'd like to add that it was actually 892.
Oh wow! Look at you.
Please, statistics need to be correct. And I
Who
think
is
if you look at
who has like maracas in the background? What is that noise?
Sorry, old man.
It's Victorian Hayden. They've got the maracas and drums.
Oh, nice.
It's a cultural thing, so I think if you're gonna go against it, it's very rude. But I think
No,
with
I
Kate
don't
May,
think it's anything wrong with it.
This shows where a mentorship program is needed in Dáil. Unfortunately,
Are you like on an ASMR channel or what's happening?
Hold on, no, I want to ask, are you proposing there should be a mentorship program for TDs?
Well, I think we have new TDs. We need to bring some new power. We need to bring some new voices in, even, and we can't do that without offering some support. Unfortunately, people aren't just going to know about Irish politics.
So apprenticeships.
You know,
for
we
TDs.
need to support these people. Apprenticeships? No, love, I didn't say that.
Oh
well.
So
okay, so the government. Hold on.
It.
Yeah, hold on. So the government wants apprenticeships for TDs. They want to surveillance them and have quotas on. Like,
I think you
deputy participation in the game.
I don't know if you didn't understand what a mentorship.
Well, I'm just.
Sorry, could I
mentorship, but it was a law proposed earlier.
Hold on. I do need to quickly correct that. Not apprenticeships, mentorships. I thought
mentorships to support our new TDs.
So I just want to say, I thought they were talking about, like, you know, hiring these new TDs specifically to learn.
No, we're not going to have level 3 apprentices in government. No.
Okay, so William, please do continue.
Huh?
Oh well, or don't. So it's an option.
Are you on
what? Continue with what?
There's
a vote currently.
You were asking a question to Mantish, weren't you?
No. I mean, I was just. Oh yeah, I did ask. I mean, currently the government has also proposed quotas for deputies. Like they have to be surveillanced and make sure that they play the game a certain amount.
Well, I think that's so we can bring engagement, and TDs and deputies, well, TDs can go in and actually see the community. I think it's nice to have a bit of engagement on the game, and if the opposition
well,
doesn't
I would
believe in
expect
engagement
if
on the
you
game,
get elected, you are a part of the community. You shouldn't be surveillanced, and you shouldn't be quoted. But
well, it's unfortunately.
I mean, hearing
you
from the
know,
conservative rump of this community about quotas and like getting better representatives when you guys are just messing around constantly. I mean,
well, I
do you
wouldn't say.
get this? Where do you get the stomach to even propose any of this?
You know, if you don't want activity in the community, you can just say that. Just say you want the community to.
I mean, you're not gonna get activity by forcing it on people to play the game. I don't think that will work. That would just mean less people participate in the Dáil.
You know, unfortunately, you are just like a broken record.
You know, that's what he said about me earlier.
You know, our leader should be paving the way for activity, and that is what she is doing.
Mm. You know, I think the other day me and Mantish Zero went on a ride.
Yeah, a bouncy castle in the Dáil.
No.
Was
No.
there?
Yeah, there was.
Zero, can
You'd
you...
have to ask my diary manager, Oliver Boone. Oh,
This man didn't even know who his party leader was.
apologies. That's a fictitious character. No one understands who that person is. But
Who?
can I just say, what we do need for Ireland is we need a strong and stable leadership. And
Well, we're not going to get that under you two.
I will be publicly endorsing Casey Montague for president.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, Casey Montague, good friend of Killian Clark. You know, there's a lot of support going on, I could see. And I would see Casey Montague as a real contender. You know, who's the other people? Is it Oscar? Is Oscar running to be president?
I think that's up for debate, really.
You know, we don't need, you know, these woke individuals. We need Casey Montague.
You know, she's the only woman for the job.
You know, unfortunately, the current president is the man of the moment, but we need Casey Montague, the woman
Hold on.
for the moment. I think I got that messed up, actually.